There are a lot of remedies that you can do with the chart. For example, you can have a Ganesha sitting in the chart in the center and do certain pujas related to the chart. You can have a Shiva and you can do the puja. You can have Krishna and Radha and do the puja around it. There are many other things that can be done. The center is the place for Om, and this is a very common practice. It is Shiva, it is Mahadev, it is the Parmeshti Guru who has to be there in the center.
Hello and namaste, and thank you so much for visiting my channel. My name is Karthik Gaur, and please do subscribe and click the bell icon to ensure that whenever we upload a webinar or a video, you are the first ones to know. Thank you so much.
The chart basis and preparation. See, we will be focusing on mainly 3 types of charts we use in Vedic system. Now, there are many Western charts and there are many other things. They use Pluto and Chiron and 50 other planets, God knows, but that is not going to be the focus of attention for us. We are going to learn the Vedic sort of a charts, and there are majorly 3 types, though there are at least 30 to 40 types of charts, but we are going to use 3 commonly used charts, to ensure that we don't confuse ourselves with too much of information also. So majorly 3 charts is what we are going to focus on. This is the Western wheel, and that all you can understand. Now generally when we learn how to draw a chart for the first time, we are supposed to keep a paper. It can be A4 size or diary or whatever you are using. We generally use different colors of pen to ensure that we write down the lines and all, and we learn it very properly. And lastly, and not the least, is scale and a ruler, to draw straight lines. So that's more of a joke actually. But for those of you who have a problem even drawing straight lines, they can use this ruler. But frankly speaking, no, you should be able to do it with hand. Okay. And when you're drawing the chart for the first time, we generally do a simple mantra called Om Param Jyotishe Namah. Okay, and it is a Surya mantra. See, the beauty about Mantra Shastra is sometimes people don't understand that who is this for. The greatest astrologer is Surya himself, and hence his Pratyadi Devata is Shiva. Okay, so we'll do this mantra 12 times and then we will start off. Om Param Jyotishe Namah. 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 Okay, so this is the first time when you do it, and even otherwise, you can do it 3 times while you do your first reading of the day. Okay, that is also very important. Now what we are going to do is some important Upadesha for the charts. Now these are the 3 types of chart we are going to learn, which is there on the right hand side. Frankly speaking, this is much better. Okay, and what are the basic rules? Listen, there is always, you should ideally know all the 3 types of chart, but at least master 1 type of it, and you should be comfortable with at least 2 of the 3 types. But yet you need to know all the 3 types. Okay, now couple of important criteria is the northern direction. N is the northern direction. In South Indian it goes the other way around. Okay, we'll discuss this part we'll discuss, don't get confused. But the basic thumb rule is the northern direction is associated with wealth and financial prosperity. Hence draw the northern line first if you want to increase your finances. So are we clear? So let's say if I'm going to draw this East Indian chart, and I'm going through some financial problems, then I will start drawing the northern line first. Okay, even in this Venus diamond chart, I'll draw the northern line first. In the South Indian chart, I will draw the northern line first. Okay, whereas the eastern line is associated with health and overall prosperity. Okay, so especially during COVID period, you want to draw the eastern line first, which is the top line. Okay, the eastern line is top line for all the three horoscopes. Okay, I would generally advise you to draw the eastern line first. Okay, why? Because health is everything, and then what better time to understand that during this COVID period. Okay, my advice is east, never start with the west or southern lines. So west and southern lines are generally not associated with any sort of prosperity, and actually you can fall ill or fall sick. So the western line drawing first is highly prohibited. Okay, now the north and south are reversed for the South Indian chart. If you see here, see the north part is here, whereas for these two parts the north is on the 4th house, whereas this is also 4th house, but it is just that it is drawn, differently. One is going this way in circle, more like a clockwise, and the other one is going more like an anti-clockwise. Okay, so this is the difference, but technically there is no other difference between the North and East Indian chart. Okay, the reversal of house does not change the way we interpret a chart and will have no impact otherwise. So what it means is, a lot of times students are confused that drawing 3 types of chart means having 3 different types of destiny, or does the interpretation change? The answer is no. Nothing changes at all. It is just that it is drawn a different way. It's like, let's say my car currently is in basement and my parking number is 27, for example, I'm saying. Okay, so if let's say I am somebody who is already staying in the building, I would say that, hey, just go to the basement, and as soon as you get out, take a left turn, and the 3rd parking is my car. Okay, so we will say, okay, car is in the parking number 27. Let's say tomorrow my cook I want to send my cook to get something from the car. So since he has got no access to the basement, I'll tell him go to the ground floor. After you go to the ground floor, there will be on your left one parking zone which goes down. Go down there and don't take a left, instead take a right. And after taking a right, there will be parking number 27. That's my car. You understand? I'm giving you a simple example to make you understand that technically, this way or this way, the car is still there. So if somebody is going to ask that, hey, where is the car? I'll say parking number 27. Did it change the floor? No, it is still in the basement 1. Did it change any sort of interpretation in terms of whether the car is there and color of the car is yellow or white or blue? Did it change anything? Nothing at all. It is just that 2 people went through 2 different areas. That's it. Okay, so there is absolutely no difference either of the chart you can use, and I'll be giving you more sort of clarity in the coming up slides. But what I mean to say is that nothing changes at all. But then there are certain advantages when you learn something from a certain chart. For example, Rashi Drishti, to understand the East Indian and the South Indian chart is superb. Why? Because it always starts from Aries, or rather it's always a fixed chart, there are no changes in terms of the top part of it. Whereas in the diamond chart, the Lagna is always on the top. We'll be talking about it. So that's the only prima facie difference between the 3 types of chart. Okay, so we'll go to the first type of chart, which is my favorite, East Indian chart. Okay, East Indian chart is generally called as Surya chart also, and here Aries is always on the top. So irrespective of whatever is your Lagna, etc., it will always start with Aries. and then the second house is Taurus, Gemini. So this all will never change. Everybody understands, right? A horoscope has got 12 houses, and it is going to go from Aries to Pisces. First house, this is second house, this is third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, 12th house. Okay, but depending on the Lagna, obviously it will change. For example, if somebody is, let's say, Cancer Lagna, so then, you know, in East Indian chart, there will be a little sort of an arrow over there, and we can say that this is their Lagna, Karka Lagna. For example, Sri Ram has got Karka Lagna. So this becomes then the first house, and then the second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, and so on and so forth, till Gemini, which then becomes the 12th house, because the Lagna is Karka. So East Indian chart is taken from a natural perspective. East and the South Indian chart, they all are where the Lagna is not on the top. East, the Venus chart or the diamond chart is the only chart where the Lagna is always on the top. And I'll tell you the difference. You know, finally we'll see one chart, and we will decide the different type of it. Okay. So now let us understand how to draw this chart, because though the software show most of the chart, but nonetheless, while you are making the notes, etc., you know, you should start drawing the charts manually. You know, it is very good because it's going to create a practice for you. Always use a red pen, because red pen is Agni. It is associated with Surya, and it is very, very good to initiate your Agni. You know, Jyotish learning is all about gaining your Agni. The more fiery you are, the more Agni you have, the more better Jyotishi you will become. Okay. So over here we always start. So this is the first line. See, I would rather tell you to focus more on the exterior part of it. Interior, I have given you numbering as well, but frankly speaking, focus more in terms of the first line has to be in the eastern direction, from left to right. See, I've given you the direction also based on the arrow. So don't draw this way, it is ulta. Always draw from left to right. And then this is the second one, the north. Then the third one, and then the fourth one, which is from the top to bottom. And then the fifth line, which is the center parallel line, then the sixth line, then seventh line, eighth line, and then you have to just give the partitions. Simple. Okay. It is said to be the royal, it is said to be a Surya chakra, or basically sun chart, purely because it is always going to have Aries at the top. And Aries is the only royal sign. Among all the 12 signs, there is only one sign which is royal, and that is Aries. Okay? Follow the ideal steps, you know, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go ahead with 5, 6, and then 7 and 8 will be top to bottom. Okay? And generally when you start, you know, the outer, your exterior, start from the southeast first. This is called as northeast. Northeast or southeast. See, southeast, if you are looking frankly for relationship clarity, then it is nice that, you know, the first sort of a partition can be the Shukra area. Or generally, if you are all about learning and you want to increase your credibility, etc., then use the southeast corner, which is this, northeast rather, which is the Ishana corner of Jupiter. Okay. Now, generally, we also use where we have no boundaries also. So that is also another sort of a chart. But currently, I want you to have this one chart, you know, so you get more clarity. Once you have more clarity, then slowly you can also open up the chart, which will be without the boundaries of Sansara. So this top boundaries then won't be there. Then you can actually start from 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, the parallel lines, the number 5 will become the first line, which is the east. You know, the number 6 will become the second line, you know, and then the 2 lines 3 and 4, and then a guy like me, who is in awe of Jupiter, will have the first line as Ishana Kona, and later on you can have the other lines also. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to look at the Jupiterian chart. Okay, now this is very famous among the south part of it, and hence it is called as the South Indian chart or the Jupiter chart. Okay, now what I mean to whenever we say Jupiterian chart or a sun chart or a Venus chart, technically you will see that depending on the planet that is very strong in your chart, automatically you will be attracted towards that particular type of horoscope. Okay, but nonetheless, as a good Jyotishi, you should be able to interpret all three types, but you will always have a preference. There's some who will have preference for South Indian chart, some East Indian chart, some diamond chart. So that is bound to happen. But generally, it is called as Guru Chakra because it is a square thing, and a square is associated with Guru, Jupiter. Okay, over here, unlike the previous chart, here it's a reverse thing going on. You remember the previous chart, it was going in a Aries, Taurus, Gemini, so it was going more cyclic. Whereas if you see in this one, it is going in the opposite area. But nonetheless, it doesn't change anything else, because it is just that the south and the north completely changes. Why? Because the Cancer sign is now the 4th house, but is on the other area. So over here we will count it as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, which is the 3rd house, 4th house, 5th house, 6th house, 7th house, 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, 11th house, and the 12th house. You understand? However, in this case also, depending on where your Lagna is, there will be sort of a mark which will be there. And I'll show you at the end of it when we look at one of the chart. Okay. Now in this chart also, we have to understand the eastern part is not changing. It's still the top one. So we'll draw from the eastern line from left to right as a first sort of a line. Now over here, the northern line, north is on the right hand side and not on the left hand side. So the second line will be the north, the second line will still be the top to bottom, the south one. The third one will be the west line. The north one will be the top to bottom. I've written here N4, S2. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth line will be the parallel line in the eastern direction from left to right. Then the sixth line will be this one from left to right. The seventh one will be top to bottom on the left hand side. The eighth line will be top to bottom on the right hand side. Okay, and then you can draw the blocks. Start the block with the eastern direction. So Aries and Taurus will be one block, and then you take the block between Scorpio and Libra. The rest of the things will be taken after that. Okay, now see, sometimes doing everything will be very tough. Frankly speaking, I would remember you, or I would request you to always remember to start from left to right on the eastern direction or the northern direction. If you are purely looking from a financial gain or generally to get the blessings from the northern direction, then you can use this as the first one, then the east to west as the eastern left to right as the second one. Okay, but if you take my advice, your health and overall prosperity is going to come from Surya. So always use this particular line from left to right as your first one to make a chart. Okay, now we always start from the southeast corner, which is called as the Agni direction. In this case, when you start off, it is the southeast direction, which is the left to right. The horizontal lines will always be first, followed by the vertical lines. The advantage of this chart and the East Indian chart is there is a place in the center, okay, which we call it as Bhokpura, okay, and that is very much used for the remedial purposes. See, once you go a little advanced and all, you will understand that there are a lot of remedies that you can do with the chart. Okay, for example, you can have a Ganesha sitting in the chart in the center and do certain pujas related to the chart. You can have a Shiva and you can do the puja. You can have Krishna and Radha and do the puja around it. There are many other things that can be done. Okay, so the advantage from a remedial perspective, the diamond chart, which is next after this, has a little bit of a problem because there is no place in the center, and that is why they say that either use the South Indian chart or the East Indian chart. Okay, the center is the place for Om, and this is a very common practice. It is Shiva, it is Mahadev, it is the Parmeshti Guru who has to be there in the center. So now just try this particular chart, and I don't think you need a break, but just let me know once you are done. I think you will be done in 2 minutes time. You've already done. So we are done with this particular chart. Now let us go to the third type of chart. Now this is a very common and a very famous chart as well. Why? Because most people find this very easy, because the Lagna is always on the top, and I'll show it to you in one of the charts. The Lagna is always on the top. Okay, and over here it is the simpler way again. The eastern direction is always on the top, and we start from left to right on the east. So that is always the first line which is drawn. Or if some of you wants to take the northern direction, then definitely you can draw the northern direction. But I would frankly still tell you that take this as the first direction. Starting with second is the northern direction, third is the west, and the last but not the least is the south from top to bottom. Okay, and then comes the internal ones. You know, you can go from the eastern corner right up to this corner, then over here, and then the parallel lines. Okay, but still, without confusing, frankly speaking, what matters most is what is the first line that you draw. And the first line always has to be from the east, and that too from the left to the right. Okay, it is moving, you know, from this corner. You know, it is actually this particular corner or this particular area is the most auspicious. Why? Because it is an area of Jupiter. Okay, and it is called as the northeast direction, and that is called as Ishana Kona, which is Jupiter. Okay, so this is something which is important. So if you draw this line and then the north line, the rest of it is fine. Automatically then you can draw the other part of it. Okay, over here this is called as a diamond chart because it looks like a diamond, you know, compared to the other chart. You know, it is more like a diamond because the Lagna is always on the top, like the diamond of the in a gemstone. Okay, you may choose east or north to draw first, but my preference, and I would rather tell you that, you know, choose east. Okay, then you follow the steps as mentioned over here. Generic, no spaces in the center and hence not recommended. See, generally this I have drawn because, you know, I like to keep home in the center, but the fact of the matter is that this horoscope has a little bit of a flaw because in a standard process there is no space in the center. Hence to do the remedies etc. is very tough. You know, nowadays, you know, the softwares have been created in such a way that we have started giving the space in the center, which is a good thing actually. You know, so you can use this chart to do the remedies also, but you need the space in the center. See, space in the center has got a lot of connotation. Currently you don't know, but from a remedial perspective, it is a must because the Devata has to sit in the center for which you are doing the remedies. For example, somebody is having a severe issue, or somebody is a cancer patient, or somebody is on the verge of dying and you really want to save that person. You know, there are many things that you can do with the remedies part of it, but then the Devata has to sit in the center. Okay, Lagna is always on the top and hence so easy to use. Okay, so this is generally the first chart that people like to use, because the Lagna is on the top, so they come to know, okay, Lagna is here, so this is my second house, third house, fourth house. Otherwise, they initially will get a lot of confusion that, hey, you told me that Aries is the first house, but in my case, it shows that Capricorn is the first house. How is it? Because you're Capricorn Lagna. Whatever is your Lagna becomes your first house. So with the diamond chart, the problem doesn't come because automatically, let's say if you're Capricorn Lagna, it will show the first house as Capricorn. So automatically you will come to know the second house is Aquarius, third house is Pisces, whereas with this chart, it will not show like that. It will show that the chart feature will be just the same. But let's say if you're Capricorn Lagna, it will show 2 lines over here, or it will show ASC, which is ascendant, by which you have to understand that, hey, this is my ascendant. So just a little sort of a tweaking that is required. Okay.
Namaste Jyotisha lovers. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Please do share so more and more thirsty souls can benefit from this free knowledge which is being shared. Also do subscribe, click the bell icon, and all the questions that you have, please mention in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and please keep supporting us.